Welcome to my garden studio. Today we're going to be finishing up this mosaic piece that we have been working on in lessons 1, 2, and 3. Remember that the more grout you can get cleaned off from your mosaic when it's still wet, the better, because it's very hard to remove grout once it's dried. So I usually just go around here and make sure there's no grout covering up any of my shards. A lot of these more dried off parts you need to use a nail to scrape that off. I like to have my pearls showing as much as possible because I love that little detail. And now some of my mastic is coming up through the grout here and here. I don't mind that for this particular piece, but if I was going to do it for something else, I would probably put a little bit of paint into the mastic and have it match the grout. Now, as soon as you get done with your toothpick, and I use a mixture of vinegar and water to clean off these things. You can give them a good shake. Remember, this thing is basically made of building materials, so it is a pretty solid piece. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Dremel, which is what I use. You can use a metal file. You don't have to use one of these, but when I was banging them out a dozen a week, this really saved a lot of time. And what I'm going to do here is make absolutely sure that there's no sharp edges on these flowers. My worst fear is to have some child pick up one of my mosaics and then get cut on something on one of the petals of my flowers. So I'm going to start in on that now. I forgot I need goggles for this. Okay, goggles on. If there's one thing I don't need, it's a trip to the emergency room for some sort of glass dust injury. Now notice that I clear my grout down really far, but not everybody does that. You don't have to do that. Some people just wipe off enough just for the shards to sort of peek through, and it gives it kind of an unburied treasure look. It's all just a matter of your own personal style. Okay. You can use whatever you have on hand to clean up your mosaic. One of the women in my class came in on the day we were supposed to clean the grout off. She came in with a handful of metal dental tools for everyone to use, and those worked well. You can even, you know, this thing is so solid, and it's made of MDF wood. I could even run a hose over this and it wouldn't hurt anything. This is going to be one of my free giveaways for my YouTube channel. So then we just sign it on the back here, and then we'll get our ribbon. I'm a bit out of practice with these. I think I probably should have gone the other way with it, or I suppose it could hang like that. And then for wall plaque things, I always put a couple of adhesive pads at the bottom of them. And it makes it easier if you hang it up on the wall and it won't stay straight. Those help a little bit. How they hang is kind of important as far as design goes. You know, if you have too much heavy stuff on one side, it might be more likely to tilt or something, but it really doesn't matter with this. This turned out pretty well. So thank you everyone for joining me in my mosaic class, and let me know in the comments below if you have any additional questions.